Jared with Legal Rideshare. Now, for drivers who still can work, we know every penny counts. That's why Legal Rideshare goes out of its way to help drivers and provide resources. It's also why we've just teamed up with Gridwise. It's a company that launched an app that helps drivers maximize earnings and also save money on taxes. It's a very big deal right now. With us is Brandon Sellers with Gridwise. Brandon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. I mean, we're hanging in there. This is unprecedented times.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard about your app for a long time. I know a lot of drivers who use it. I guess just to get started, could you tell people what is Gridwise? You know, what does it do?
Yeah, 100%. So Gridwise is an app for gig drivers, rideshare, and delivery drivers. We essentially help drivers maximize their bottom line, right? So on the rideshare side of things, we help drivers understand, hey, where's the best place you should go to drive. So helping you understand things like airport traffic. Airports are still, even in these kind of uncertain times, airports are still a place where some drivers go to wait in the queue. So we kind of help you understand, hey, when our passengers are actually coming in. We also have mileage and earnings tracking for drivers, so they can basically compare their earnings across services. And that's a big thing that we do for delivery drivers as well, is help you do mileage and earnings tracking so you can compare your earnings across services and then also to your community. So if I'm a Chicago driver, I can compare my earnings to other Chicago drivers to see, hey, how am I really doing here on DoorDash, on Uber Eats, on Uber, on Lyft, and things like that. So it's pretty cool with that.
Yeah, and I want to circle back to that because you brought up something really interesting, and you mentioned about delivery too. So the
Right.
big thing is this isn't just specific to Uber or Lyft. This is really across rideshare and gig platform together, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's important now because we just ran a survey and some 43% of rideshare drivers have switched over to delivery. So, it's really, really important that drivers are able to make sure that they're doing mileage tracking, knowing, how much they're making across all gig platforms, not just rideshare. It's about being diversified these days.
Yeah, and for them to do that, because you had mentioned some of the features that I was going to ask you about. It's pretty seamless, right? I mean, just if you could take me through kind of the basic steps of how Gridwise works from start to finish. Like you download the app, and it's a pretty seamless process to log in, right, and to start saving money and making money.
Yeah. So I mean, you log in or sign up for a new account, and one of the best things to do right off the bat is when you're starting a shift, you click a button, start your shift with Gridwise, do your normal thing. We're going to automatically track your mileage. When you get off your shift, go ahead and click an off button. All you have to do is record your earnings. Boom. You're going to start to get a feed of, hey, how much am I earning across all of my services? So it's very, very easy to use, very seamless.
Great. Then, and because of what's happening with the coronavirus outbreak, and obviously, as you know, there was reports that came out today. It says rideshare driving is down 90%, so it's hurting drivers. Do you guys have anything in place right now in the app that's helping drivers, whether it be resources or ways that they can benefit, or here's how they can find out about relief? Do you have anything built into that yet?
Right. So, I mean, one of the best things that we can do for drivers right now is just make sure that they're informed. So, one of the things that we're doing is really staying on top of all the financial things that are kind of going on with rideshare drivers right now. So we had a big article on the CARES Act, the coronavirus relief bill that just came out and talked about, hey, and kind of explained to drivers, hey, how does this affect you? We do the same thing for the unemployment benefits. Hey, how does this affect you? What can you do to apply? We have teamed up with Row to be able to help drivers do telehealth assessments. So if they feel like they have some symptoms, you can log in Gridwise, start to do a telehealth assessment. We're doing a lot of things with partners, basically to support drivers at this time, which is, I think, the number one thing that we should be doing is figuring out, hey, how can we make sure that drivers are able to stay financially viable? How can we make sure that drivers are able to stay healthy? Because that's what's important right now.
Right, and speaking of partners, as we had said, we had just partnered up. So coming soon, either today or very soon, they'll be able to get information on Legal Rideshare as well. Isn't that correct?
Yes, I'm sure by the time anyone's seeing this video, you'll be able to go into Gridwise, check your perks tab. We have a section really that's all about legal rideshare at this point. So yeah, go ahead and check that out in the app to get more info on legal rideshare.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's what we're doing here. I think both of us understand that this is trying times, and the best way to move all this forward for everyone is to give resources and give opportunities because
Yep.
Gridwise has always been doing that. That's your focus has been again maximizing earnings, but really, more now than ever, your app has become not just a way to make an extra buck. It's really kind of a way to make a living and keep living.
Yeah, and it's such an insane time right now, and things are changing so fast. And the best thing that anyone can do for anyone is just help make sure that they're informed so they can make the best decisions possible, right? So at this point, yeah, sure, we have a lot of cool features that help drivers now, that help gig drivers and things like that, and we've been able to pivot really quickly to do that. But huge focus for us, just making sure drivers know what's going on, know what they should be doing right now, know how to get through this time, both financially and from a health standpoint. So that's what it's all about right now.
Awesome. And then, you mentioned again the perks tab and some resources. You guys have any other cool features you want to mention? Do you have any updates coming up that might, be again another benefit to drivers?
Yeah, we've got a lot of kind of cool updates coming down the pipe, definitely to help specifically delivery drivers, because I think after all this, a lot of drivers are going to be focusing on delivery. So we've got some really cool things to help automate some of that earnings tracking. We're going to have some kind of a expense tracking type of things to help drivers really kind of understand what is their actual complete bottom line. And a couple cool things from a demand standpoint to help delivery drivers understand, hey, where should you be actually focusing your time, and what are the hot spots here? I don't want to give too much of that away, but that is coming down the pipe as well.
Nice. Well, do you have any other last thoughts, any other comments before we sign off here?
I think right now it's just stay safe, guys. It's these are crazy times, so. I get drivers kind of email me all the time asking questions. I do answer those emails. So if you do have any comments or concerns or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. I'm Brandon at Gridwise.io. I might not be able to absolutely answer your question, but I will definitely do my best to at least point you in the right direction. So here for drivers. Stay safe, guys.
All right. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks.